I need to say here, folks, is everybody's done a real good job, and I represent myself and one other person when I get to the end of my speech here, so don't hold it against anybody else. It does me good to look out and see a great bunch of patriots like we have out here today. And Greg, believe it or not, I did listen to your announcement to start with, and I have toned it down quite a bit, so I'll have to use my notes because this isn't my normal type of speech. We got patriots of all ages out here. We got little ones, people older than me, which, man, that's getting scary, and all those in between. So I'm glad to see everybody come out today. It's a good turnout. Just wish we had more time to get it set up the way we should have. But I think everybody involved did a fantastic job getting it set up. So I guess I'm going to have to address this to President Obama, and happy to see everybody out here that are not happy with the way President Obama is running the show, with what he's doing, what he's done to the southeast of Mexico, and our state and our country under his administration. Our economy's in the toilet. I think we can all agree with that. Unemployment's higher than ever. Can anybody argue with that?
No.
The debt is making slaves of our grandchildren and great-grandchildren. That's how far in the hole he's got us.
That's right. That's right.
Mr. President, you have come to our state today to take credit for a drilling boom that has happened in spite of your administration's effort, not because of them.
That's right.
A solid economic benefit enjoyed in this region was created by the dedicated men and women that make these oil fields work, not by anything your administration has done.
Amen.
The proper role for you to fulfill at this point is to tear down all the artificial obstacles created by the government.
That's right.
You need to allow these same dedicated workers to unleash the power of the American working people represented here today. Have you noticed that up to this point I have not used the words leader or leadership? Mr. President, I have yet to see you lead our great country. As I stand today before this crowd of great patriots, I ask you not to use this trip to our fair state for your own political grandstanding. Do not stand on one of our oil rigs, which could soon be shut down by your policies, and make more empty promises to our faces while placing a knife on our backs by returning to Washington and placing the lizard and prairie chicken on the endangered species list. By placing them on the endangered species list, you would in effect sign a death warrant for our oil industry, our dairies, and our ranchers. Everybody that's represented here in this group today. Just as our lumber industry was killed by the spotted owl being placed on the endangered species list. And I'm sorry I didn't have time to memorize all this. I urge you to take a proactive role of leadership, allow drilling in our great country, help promote jobs by revisiting the Keystone Pipeline project. Stop giving money to foreign countries to drill for oil.
That's right.
That's right. He prohibits us drilling for oil, but he hands money to other companies to let them do it.
Yeah, in our land.
In our land, that's it. Mr. President, keep our money and our jobs in the U.S. Support our industries, not the industries of other countries. Support our ranchers, our farmers, our dairymen and women. Protect our way of life and well-being above a lizard and prairie chicken that will continue to survive as it always has beside us.
That's right.
Fellow patriots, we cannot depend on our legislators to do what is best for us. We need to pressure each one of them, Democrats, Independents, and Republicans alike, to do what is right. Toss the politics aside and do what is best for the interests of our great country and its citizens. I urge you to fax, not email, your representatives. They cannot just hit the delete button and get rid of a fax that's laying on the desk in front of them. So let's help the lumber industry and flood our offices with faxes and phone calls demanding that they do something about the president's policies. And what I want to do now is I had a request from a friend, my partner in our radio show, and a great patriot, Mr. Bob Wright from over in the Hobbs area. He asked me to leave you the following message. And since he couldn't be here today because he had to work. You know where he works? He works for the oil industry. Imagine that. His message, Mr. President, is this. Mr. President, you seem to be incapable of leading. I fear that you are too arrogant to follow, so please, get out of the way and let those of us who know how to bring our country to energy independence accomplish our mission.
Yeah!
Thank you, folks. God bless each and every one of you, and please pray for our country.
Thank you, Bob. Where's Guy Lutman at? Guy Lutman. I don't know where he went. Anyway, I want to introduce him. He's another Eddy County Commissioner, a good friend and a good supporter of business and pro-people, pro-business. Anyway, we have Mr. Keithley with a message from Congressman Pierce's office. Welcome, Tim.
Let's hear for Lewis, everybody! Okay, the answer to my question will be jobs. What do we want?
Jobs!
Do we list the lizard?
No!
What do we want?
Jobs!
Do we list the lizard?
No!
What do we want?
Jobs!
Do we list the lizard?
No!
Very nice.
Oh, we learned good.
Oh, that was okay. Hey, I want to make sure that you get this piece of paper. This is real important. Over the next 6 weeks, we've got to get a lot of letters. We've got to get a lot of emails, a lot of phone calls to the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Department. There's a fellow by the name of Dan Ash. Let's all say it together. Dan Ash. Put it on your forehead. Dan Ash. He makes the call on the lizard. Dan Ash. What's his name?
Dan Ash!
What do we want?
Jobs!
Do we list the lizard?
No!
Who makes the call?
Dan Ash!
Dan Ash. The address is right there on this piece of paper. Give it to all your friends. Take it to Sunday school. Take it to high school. Anybody in high school? Oh, you are, sir. I know. You flunked out. Anybody, take it anywhere you go. Letters are needed now through June. Emails, phone calls. We got to make some noise or they're going to list the lizard. Here's a special message from Congressman Steve Pierce. Let's hear it for the Congressman.
Good afternoon. This is Congressman Steve Pierce. I'm in Washington today, but I just wanted to stop and say that I support what you're doing there, coming out to speak about the government's potential listing of the Thune's sagebrush lizard as an endangered species. You all know the effect that it would have on your jobs and all of the jobs there in southeast New Mexico. So your attendance today just lets the government know that we're saying that enough is enough, that the senseless regulations that we're putting out in Washington hurt our economy, they kill jobs, and we must be looking to our future. Affordable energy is one of the things that makes our industry possible. It makes manufacturing economically possible. But it also gives us the strength of our economy. It makes our quality of life better. There's all sorts of reasons that we want to produce energy here in this country. President Obama is visiting New Mexico. He's going to be coming to the Roswell Airport today. Because of your willingness to stand up and speak out, he's going to hear you, and he will hear us. We know that these excessive regulations are not what is needed. We had a collaborative effort for 6 years that was keeping the lizard alive and viable, and Washington stepped in, took that away from the local people, from the state. None of us want to see a species go extinct, but the ESA, the Endangered Species Act, has been very, very just unproductive. 1,300 species listed, 13 have actually been recovered. That's not the success rate that we want. Let's look to different models. Our country and state vitally need the oil and gas that comes from production that is occurring right here in New Mexico. So I thank you for your interest, and thank you for spending your time to come out to this rally. We've got to continue to stand and tell Washington that the regulations that are coming out are killing our jobs, they're affecting our families, our communities, and our lives. So again, thank you for standing up and fighting for New Mexico values. Look forward to being with you all in the near future, and just God bless you.